Everybody, welcome into another episode of Jamming with Jay Money, man. It's me and Junior here today on this Saturday morning. Man, it's tough to come back and do these shows sometimes, man, but we have to, man. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily a good day for me yesterday, man. I was pissed off, you know what I'm saying? And I don't hey, usually, you know what I'm saying? I know you win some, you lose some, but damn, man, I felt like there was two damn good spots yesterday, Junior, that I was on, you know what I'm saying? And then end up getting the cash. One loss on a buzzer on a three-pointer, buzzer beater. The other one went to overtime, and we couldn't get the cash in the other one. You know what I'm saying? How was your day yesterday?
Yeah, I had a similar day. I didn't. It wasn't as dramatic as yours, but yeah, I just lost the two spots. Both teams ended up winning. I'm gonna start like on my plays, my official plays on SBR. I never put parlays, but I money line parlay both teams. So I had the Celtics and the Lakers on a money line parlay. Obviously, in those situations, you got to put a little bit more money down. So I hit that, but to me, it felt like a loss because my official two plays on SBR, Lakers minus 8.5, Celtics minus 8 did not come through. So that was terrible, bro. Yeah, that wasn't good at all.
Right. Yeah, let me real quick, let me tweet the show out real quick on Twitter. Yeah, nah, it was bad, man. I lost on the 76ers. Yes, well the first game I lost on the Pistons, you know what I'm saying? I lost that one. That was a tough game. Malik Monk, shit, he coming out of the woodwork. Shit, he wasn't showing shit. You know what I'm saying? This Hornets team, now they playing better. And like I said, I mean, there was another one where Detroit, they came out firing, man. They were up 10, 12 points at the beginning of the game, up 16-6, you know what I'm saying? Up 35-25 at the end of the first quarter, was even up by 14 at the end of the first half. You know what I'm saying? I was on the first half, cash the first half, but damn, the full game. I mean, shit, man, that 32-18 third quarter, that was just dreadful there. You know what I'm saying? And for you to just come back and even though they were got down to the Hornets in the fourth quarter, obviously, and then came back, and then you know what I'm saying, to lose the last second like that, I'd rather overtime, but it is what it is, man. They end up getting the cash. Can't cry about it now. The 76ers, I mean, should they deserve to lose their game? They got to go to overtime, but you know what I'm saying, got outscored 20-12 in the overtime. That was terrible. The Wizards ended up upsetting the Timberwolves yesterday. We know that Wiggins got ruled out, so they wanted to put 137 on the Timberwolves there. Nobody really played over 30 minutes except for Karl Anthony Towns. Let's see the Spurs and the Magic. I mean, shit, a lot of people's on the Magic minus 2.5, minus three yesterday, and they only won by two. I'm sure. I mean, I'm sure it was a lot of people that was pissed off with me yesterday. You had the Spurs, then you happy. You know what I'm saying? That game ended up going over the Jazz. John Moran went off once again, doing, you know what I'm saying, some he looked real good out there. To be honest, I didn't think they had what it would take to beat the Jazz, but they damn sure outlasted them by 1 point. But hey, the final score, only thing that matters. Houston went on ahead and took care of business versus the Pacers. If Brogdon wouldn't have went out, they probably would have been a different outcome there. But Brogdon went out, like I said, already didn't have Turner. You know what I'm saying? They were overmatched in that spot, even without Capella. You know what I'm saying? Russell Westbrook played last night. He gonna rest tonight. We already knew this. So the Rockets got the cash last night. I went to sleep super early last night, man. I was pissed the hell off. I didn't even watch none of the Sacramento and Lakers game. None of the late ones. Looks like I was right on that sneaky under versus Celtics and the Warriors. And I told y'all, bro. I told people, not nothing to you, Junior, but I was telling them on the show, man, that hey, the Warriors might be scrappy here, and that one looked like it went down to the wire. You know what I'm saying? Before the Celtics ended up pulling away, but I saw it. Shit, the Warriors was leading at the jump. You know what I'm saying? They was leading what 97-96 there at that before Tatum stole the jump ball. You know what I'm saying? And went and scored it there. That was pretty crazy. And then the Lakers outlast the Kings by 2 points. Barely won over there. And I also told people about that under right there. So anything you're thinking about those last two games, Junior, or did you watch them? I didn't watch neither one of those last two. Like I said, I was hot.
Nah, I actually didn't watch those two games last night. I had some family out of town. My parents from the Caribbean, so we had some people come up. West Indian people love to drink, so I was in Deep Space Nine by the time them late night games came on. I had no, like, I was watching them. I don't remember nothing. I was out of it, bro. Which I'm glad I was, because it would just ruin my night. I didn't even realize that I'd lost a play until I woke up this morning. So
Right.
uh,
Yeah. It's like
enough
that.
about
Nah.
last night. Let's get into today, my guy.
Exactly. Yeah, for real though. For real. I don't even want to talk. You know what? Yesterday ain't even well, it happened, but I don't even want to talk about it, man. Let's go ahead and get to today. Man, I told some people on Twitter, I told them this how serious it is today. I told them, man, follow this, I ain't even posting on Twitter no more, man. I'm going ghost. That's how serious it is. We'll get to that game in a second. Talk about a few injuries here first, though. No, obviously no Kyrie Irving. We kind of knew, you know what I'm saying, after he played yesterday, it was questionable in that game. It did end up, you know what I'm saying, playing in that game in a losing effort. You know what I'm saying? Then now he's going to be out tonight. It's pretty crazy. You know what, Junior? I'm gonna tell you something. And I've seen this shit happen before. Obviously, star player go out and the team still win. We know that the Nets have been struggling. Do you think they fuck around and look better without Kyrie? I got a sneaky feeling about this. Obviously, everybody gonna go and hop on the Bulls. I mean, I almost 1-2-2. And I told people yesterday, hey, look, if Kyrie don't play, I'm hopping all over the under. That one still end up going under. This is the last game of a road trip for the Nets, a spot where it's always super vulnerable for a team. It's always a phase spot. Last game of a 4 or 5 game road trip or longer is the last game, but they've lost the last 3 games on this road trip. You know what I'm saying? So usually in a spot where you want to fade them on the last game road trip, usually they've been winning. You know what I'm saying? You think it's a letdown spot. This team still looking for wins. I might, man. I'm not. I don't have a plan on this game. I was close to taking the Bulls. I want to take the under. I think the under is probably the better spot in this game. But obviously the Bulls like to run up and down. But with no Kyrie, you got Spencer Dinwiddie over there running the point. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna slow the game a lot. They become a much more defensive team. Man, the Nets fucking around look better without Kyrie out there. Any thoughts on that, Junior?
I would say this. I understand where you're going with that point. I just think that the combination of Kyrie and Karis LeVert both being out puts a lot of pressure on Dinwiddie because those are the only, not only the only 3 scorers they got, there's only 3 playmakers they got. So this game is a complete stay away from me. I'm actually going to be watching this game for the simple fact that if the Bulls can't get it done in this spot, when do we start? Like, when do they? Because I already have questions about Boylan, but when do they start questioning Boylan? Because there's no reason that they should lose this game if Kyrie and Karis LeVert are both out. There's no reason. So this is actually a very interesting spot for the Bulls because even though I trash the Bulls on the show a lot, it's not their players I don't like. It's their coach that I don't like. So I want to see how these young guys respond. Lauri Markkanen is actually looking worse, not better. He really has to get it going because without him, it's too much Zach LaVine right now. And I feel like you can't expect Kobe White to go off every game like he has been the last couple of games. But it's a wait and see for me. I'm really interested to see how Chicago responds in a game that they should win.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, like you say, this looks like a bull spot. I mean, they facing a struggling Nets team over there. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, last game of a 5 game road trip. It's always a spot I'm looking to fade. I mean, those are my cases for the Bulls. That and Kobe White looking good. You know what I'm saying? Was 12 threes, 13 threes in the past 2 games. He's looked good. They're gonna need Levine's a game. It's like my only thing other than that. I mean, if Levine is shut down today, if the Nets come in this game pissed off, tired of losing, even without Kyrie, I still think they have it. You know what I'm saying? They get the job done. These weekend games are some of the most trickiest games, man. I'm telling you guys. It some strange reason I feel like everybody gonna hop on the Bulls here. They announced Kyrie out. Everybody and their mama and their grandma going there with the stroller hopping on the Bulls. And then we see the Nets here win outright. I got a sneaky feeling about this. I'm telling y'all, NBA been real crazy lately. I could definitely see this happening, man. Because I mean, obviously, if the Bulls are going to take a huge hit if the Bulls, you know what I'm saying, win this game. Money already been piling on them because people thought they was going to be out. And that's the thing I don't really like is when the Bulls, they already know Kyrie was out. That's why you saw the Bulls, you know what I'm saying, -1, -2. Then he get officially ruled out. Then now we're gonna bump it up to 3. You know what I'm saying, man? Y'all know he been out, man. So I feel like if you like the Bulls, you know what I'm saying, you should have been and hopped on -1, -2. They could cash here. I'm just not hopping on them. I think that in theory, really, I mean, like you say, we saw what the Nets did last year when some players went out, they came together. You know what I'm saying? And hey, Kyrie is the new guy on this team. The rest of the team really been playing together well. You know what I'm saying? So I'm staying away from this spot. Hey, the Nets could come in here and lock up Levine and you know what I'm saying, they have some 3-point defense on Kobe White, and it'll be a totally different looking Bulls team. Under's been biting me in the ass. I'm staying away from it, but I'm telling y'all, man, it's under or nothing for me in this game. I'm telling you, without Kyrie out there, it's a huge part of the Nets offense. And if they're gonna win or even stay in this game, it's gonna have to be with defense, and they're gonna have to slow it down. Any thoughts on that or with the total? I know you watch the Nets team more than I do, Junior.
Yeah, I think that the Nets, even though they don't look good right now, they're one of the best coach teams in the NBA. Their coach is he's gotten all the guys like you said. Kyrie's the new kid on the block. I know DeAndre Jordan is there too, but DeAndre Jordan, what he does is very basic, right? He puts up a lot. I do not like DeAndre Jordan at all, by the way. I feel like when it comes to empty stats, he's got a PhD in empty stats. Like give Jared Allen and that big fro all the minutes, see what you got with him, and let DeAndre come off the bench. I know they go back and forth coming off the bench, starting or whatever,
Right.
but I just think that the way that this team is, the identity of this team is playing hard, hustling, you know what I'm saying, and sharing the ball. Now, it's really easy to blame Kyrie, but if you just look at their three top guards, they're all ball dominant players. Like Spencer Dinwiddie comes out there looking to score first, score second, pass third. You know what I'm saying? Kyrie's averaging 28 and 7. Is he really not sharing the ball? Like his even his PER, his usage rating, his even that there's that stat minutes with the ball. He's not nearly as high as you would think. So I just think that they got a lot of things to figure out. And I like where you're going with this in the sense that the Nets know that the Bulls must be thinking this is a spot where we're going to come out and win. The Nets got a lot of pride, man. I wouldn't be surprised if the Nets upset these guys here because they got a lot of dudes that play hard, bro.
Exactly, man. And I mean, I'm just trying to get you guys to see, you know what I'm saying, some of these spots with the NBA. It might be something that looks way too good to be true, man. You know what I'm saying? And usually when it is, hey, you know what I'm saying? And one thing I'm not a fan of is road teams on the weekends. And like I said, the last game of the road trip is very scary, but they lost their past three. I know they're gonna come in here pissed off. And Bulls better not come in like, oh, we know we finna win this game because Bulls are still not a great team. They can sneak up on someone, you know what I'm saying, when they're catching points. You're asking them to lay points here. So I mean, it's a little bit of a tricky spot. Still no Otto Porter as well. So we'll see if the Nets still can be competitive without Kyrie Irving, and see if they play some defense here in this spot. Like I say, it's a heavy lean to the under, man. I know people be talking about it, but I might have to get there to with that under. Another game I want to talk about with a lot of injuries, man. Like I mentioned to you guys, Brogdon missing was out yesterday. He's looking doubtful. He's not ruled out, but he is looking doubtful. It's not looking like he's going to play. Miles Turner, he's doubtful as well tonight. This is another spot, man. You know what I'm saying, where you got a lot of injuries over there. It's a back-to-back versus for Indiana here. I can only look towards the Bucks here. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, they just came from Houston, coming back to the house without Brogdon. I mean, he's been their best player by far. If you look at, you know what I'm saying, the plus minus for all the players on their team, he's been the best player by far. They need Turner versus a team like Milwaukee. Obviously, no Chris Middleton. Didn't seem like that bothered them too much against Chicago. It's Milwaukee or nothing for me, man. In this spot, obviously, I missed the best of the number. If you could have got that 5.5, that's where it was at, man. It's up to -7, -7.5, moving to 8 at some books now. With these injuries out, this is a road team here. You know what I'm saying, on the weekend that, like I say, they should get it done. I'm just staying away from because I missed it. If I could have got them at -5, 5.5, I feel like that was the better bet. You have any look on this game?
Yeah, it's one of my two official plays. I got the Bucks -2 first half. Honestly, this is more of two things. Well, number one, the Bucks are averaging over 60 points a game in the first half. I know that's usually at home. This is not much of a trip for them going up to Indiana. Without Miles Turner, I just don't feel like look at the Pacers roster. If you look up and down their roster, they can't put Sabonis on them. And other than Sabonis, they have nobody at the level physically to keep up with Giannis. On top of the fact that for some reason, Giannis doesn't seem to be one of the stories, like one of the big stories that people are talking about, but he's a reigning MVP and he's putting up better numbers across the board. So he's looking like he's got his A game going. This Pacers team does not match up well with him. They just played last night. I just think the Bucks come here in the first half, set the tone. The reason I didn't go in the full game is because every Bucks game that I watch, they always have these. They always have one quarter where they just kind of fall asleep at the wheel. Eric Bledsoe has been looking better. He scored like over 20 points in 5 straight games, had 31 the other night. So, I'm a little hesitant to put. I'm thinking about putting the full game, but like you mentioned, the number went up, so I'm definitely going to stay off that. But the -2 in the first half, I feel like that's a lock. Like they're going to come out here and take care of business early, build up a lead, and then hang on late, which is what they usually do.
Right. Yeah, I might have to look at one thing that is in your favor though, you know what I'm saying? Whoever likes the full game, the fact that the Pacers on the back to back, you know what I'm saying? Obviously in the second half, in theory, they should get even more tired. But I feel like, man, without Brogdon out there, that's a key cog for them out, you know what I'm saying? They are 5-1 at the house and been playing better, but like I say, coming off that tough game last night, I was thinking if Brogdon was gonna sit tonight, maybe they was gonna have Turner back. If they don't have neither one of them, and like I say, both of them are doubtful. The Brogdon isn't ruled out right now. It's just that he had back spasms last night, and he's listed as doubtful right now. So he could get upgraded to questionable. But and like I say, the fact that he's not even a questionable right now, I really feel like that he's probably going to go ahead and sit this one out. And in that case, they are way out matched in this spot. You got the Holiday brothers starting alongside, man. You got you got three Holiday brothers in the league: Aaron Holiday, Justin Holiday, and Drew Holiday. You know what I'm saying? All three of those are brothers, with obviously Drew being the biggest. But you're gonna have Aaron and Justin looking like, if Brogdon out, but you're gonna see two brothers starting alone tonight, man. The Bucks, they should start Brook Lopez and Robin Lopez, man, and do a little, you know what I'm saying, a little 2-on-2 brother style, man, like step brother style. But that's probably not gonna happen, man. But yeah, I might have to ride with you on that one on the Bucks in the first half. But I know that one's not sitting at -2 anymore either. What you say, Hector Rodriguez just trying to make some money here with Jay Money and the crew? Yeah, me too, man. Me too. What Phoenix? I can't pronounce it, bro. You say Pacers not breaking 100. One for the money, two for the show. Say Brown. This first quarter. Now he on the first half. Joshua Gary said, I'm surprised how Kings came out playing last night. Yeah, they came out fine. Reed says total seems way too high to me. Yeah, we'll see. I know Brogdon, he was one of their key scorers, but obviously one of their key defenders as well. I'm not a fan of Aaron Hall. I mean, he's a small guy out there. You know what I'm saying? For him to, I don't know. It's not a good matchup for them across the board. If it's a spot for me, I'm looking at the Bucks, man. Like you say, I might ride with my guy Junior on the first half. What is that first half sitting at right now? What do you have there? What you guys got in the chat, man? What y'all liking as well? But what's that first half jumped up to, Junior?
I got it at -2, but right now I'm just check. I'm just opening it up right now. Right now it's at -3.5 at some places. It's up to 4 at other places.
Right. Okay. Yes. Yeah. That 3.5. Yeah. Hey, like I say, I missed the party on that one, man. I definitely missed the party. I mean, I'm going low volume today, man. But that is one of them, like, especially on these weekends, though, man. I've learned to, you know what I'm saying. I'm chilling out. I'm chilling out on the weekend, man. It's be some crazy shit happening. Let's go and get to this next game. This New Orleans, the Pelicans and the Heat. Another game, man, where we got some. Y'all better check these injuries. I know a lot of my stuff. I've been waiting later, man. See, hey, who playing? I did hear that Ingram is gonna be back tonight, but then now you see Dragic, he questionable. I think I've seen Jimmy Butler questionable as well. We're gonna see who's playing here. So let me see. We got Josh Hart out as well. Josh Hart. Okafor is questionable. Lonzo Ball questionable. Might not have Reddick out there tonight. He played last game, so him being questionable, that's not a good sign. He's probably leaning towards, and he's an older player. He probably leaning towards not playing. Ingram is gonna play, but you know what I'm saying. Winslow's still out. Derrick Jones Jr. still out. But I'm hearing that Jimmy Butler is questionable and Dragic is questionable in this spot, man. You guys better see, man, before making a spot. That's why you see that line moving to the Pelicans. The Pelicans off a huge win over there versus the Clippers. Man, I mean, if Jimmy Butler didn't play, that's my main thing. Who is that's the main player for the Heat who I'm looking at. Obviously, Dragic, their point guard off the bench. He's been a nice player for them, a nice role player for him as well. It's gonna be a big deal if Jimmy Buckets don't play in this game. Any look on this game, Junior?
Nah, I'm a huge Heat guy right now. I really believe in this team. I think that they're going to make some noise this season. Market's a little slow to catch up with them, but without, first of all, I kind of think that Dragic is a bigger injury than Jimmy Butler in this sense. They started the year without Jimmy. got kind of used to playing without him, and they established an identity where Dragic and Hero are their bench guys that come in and just smack around the opponent's bench. Without those guys, I hesitate to take this many points with this team because the Pelicans, you saw the other night, they didn't have like 20% of their squad, and they still went out there and got the win. So they're the type of team that could be getting smacked around and in the fourth quarter, hit a bunch of threes and fuck up your spread, bro. So if Miami's at full strength, this is a lock for me. But with Jimmy and Dragic being questionable, that's two of the best players on their team. I just can't take that many points with them guys being questionable right now.
Exactly. We got the Heat -4 that are 4-0 at the house, and the Pelicans 1-4 on the road. Man, they don't look so good on the road. Like I say, I need to see some of these Pelicans injuries as well, because if they got some guys out, I'm thinking it's a letdown spot for them. I didn't see them win that game versus the Clippers, but we know they're a scrappy team. You would think they always like to push the pace, and the Heat are a damn good scoring team as well. Like you say, even if Jimmy Buckets is out, we need Dragic in there. If you know what I'm saying, we're gonna take the Heat. We see the line moving down from -8 to -6 here. I think that's definitely leaning towards Jimmy's sitting in this spot. And then you know how it is in the NBA. They probably look at the Pelicans like, oh, we can beat them. We, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna rest a couple of players in this spot. We probably did. We still gonna come out here and get the dub. They still got a deep ass bench. Kendrick Nunn balling out. You know what I'm saying? Players like Duncan Robinson, Myers Leonard. You know what I'm saying? Tyler Hero as well. So that's a spot. You know what I'm saying? I'm standing off of it. Like I say, I definitely need this. This is one you wait on right before game time, before you know the exact lineups. You know what I'm saying? That's not one to be played with there. Another spot. Do you have anything on the Hornets and Knicks here? Do you have anything in this spot?
I don't, just because I don't. You know my policy. I don't like to put money in games involving two really bad teams. The Hornets look kind of frisky. The Knicks just beat the Mavs. I'm not going to pretend like I know what's going on with these teams. They at this point, you just got to wait and see. We're trying to find trends. We're trying to find patterns. What's the pattern with the Knicks? I don't know what it is, especially because the Knicks just got Mitchell Robinson back. We finally seen life from Dennis Smith Jr. in the last game. I heard Taj Gibson might play today. So the Knicks are starting to get their full squad back. I just got to see them play more. The Hornets last night, you saw what you saw. I know that Malik Monk shot only was possible because Derrick Rose threw a bad pass with like a second left. But I just don't know what's going on with the Knicks. I know even less about the Hornets. The Hornets have got more wins in the first couple of weeks than I thought that they would have before. Also, I thought that it would take them until All-Star break to get this many wins, bro. They're piling up wins. You got to show them a little bit of respect at this point. So it's a stay away from me for sure.
Yeah, you definitely got to show them respect. I didn't even want to talk about this game. I don't even want to mention the fucking Hornets right now. I can't believe. I know, man. It is what it is. I mean, you can't have a team that you hate and you can't have a favorite team. It just is what it is. But the Hornets are one of them teams where we know they're not supposed to be good. I mean, and that doesn't always translate to what happens on the court. But like they just getting lucky, bro. I mean, they lost 4 straight games before they win last night. This is the third game in 4 nights. I'm not taking the Knicks, but I still think it's a letdown spot for the Hornets. I mean, I still think that they're, in theory, not a fade team, but I think in certain spots, I think that they're a strong bet against. I mean, they're not a bet on team on the road. You know what I'm saying? The Knicks, they're still fighting for their coach. The past 2 games, they have came out with fight, and you know what I'm saying. Even though they lost versus the Bulls, they were up 3 quarters after the after their strong fourth quarter for the Bulls, and that was a revenge spot. You know what I'm saying? They just beat the Mavs. They got some momentum, like you say. DSJ back, got Mitchell Robinson back, and started getting their players back. It's Knicks or nothing for me in this one, man. And I don't know. I'm not shitting on the Hornets, but coming off a game winning shot, that's never a bet on spot. The next game, in theory, is to let down on the road the very next night versus a team who can't lose these type of games. If you're all right, look, if I'm the owners for the Knicks and you lose these type of games to the Hornets, this is the reasons why you get your ass fired. You know what I'm saying? So games versus like the Hornets like this, it's almost a must win for the Knicks. I don't know. I don't want to go against the Hornets back to back nights or shit on them, but this is a Knicks spot, bro. This is, you know what I'm saying? It's Knicks or nothing for me in this game. So if you guys looking for a lean on it, you know what I'm saying? I can only take the Knicks in this spot, and they should win this game. If not, Fizdale, hey, he might not make it out. I'm telling y'all, these are games where they have to win. You think having to beat the Mavericks, you got to beat teams like the Hornets. You just absolutely have to. Let's get into this next game, man. Another game. Plenty of injuries. Speaking of injuries, y'all better check these injury reports, man. You see the line, you see the lines where it says you scratch your head. Oh, I'm gonna tell you this team, it's gonna be easy for the Rockets tonight, man. No Capella once again. I already told y'all, we knew Westbrook was playing last night, and then gonna sit today. Back-to-back spot for him on the road, third game in 4 nights. This is a spot where they might be looking ahead of the Timberwolves. You pretty much just got Harden and no Eric Gordon once as well. You know what I'm saying? This is a spot where you got Ben McLemore that's out there starting shoe guard. You know what I'm saying? Not that he's a bad player. He's a good role piece coming off the bench or something. But starting shoe guard, no, bro. Daniel House Jr., no, bro. No. You got Harden pretty much out there by himself tonight against a team who likes to run and gun, who's coming off a loss last night. You know what I'm saying? They're getting Wiggins back tonight. With Wiggins back in their lineup, I like the Timberwolves here in this spot, man. Like I say, it's their third game in 4 nights as well, but they've been at the house the whole time. The Rockets traveling from Houston all the way up to Minnesota. It's probably cold as shit. They having to travel through snow. You know what I'm saying? I like the Timberwolves in this spot, man. I don't see who's going to guard Karl Anthony Towns. It's not going to be Tyson Chandler. He way too damn old tonight. This is a spot where they need Capella in there to bang with Towns. You know what I'm saying? This isn't a good spot for their bigs. You know what I'm saying? I like the Timberwolves in this spot. What you like in this game?
Yeah, it's a stay away from me. I really wanted to get involved in this game because all season long I've been saying the Houston Rockets are not getting a cent of my money until I see some defense. In their last like 6 games, they led 100, 112, 94. I know they let 116 to the Pelicans, but they won 93 and 102. So they're playing some real defense right about now. Unfortunately, Capella and Westbrook, not as much Westbrook or Capella, is the one guy who's a defensive guy on that team. You take him out of there, plus you take Westbrook out of there. Now I feel like you're going back to what we saw in the beginning of the season where you just don't even really know what you're going to get from this team, bro. So it's a stay away for me. The fact that Wiggins is back makes it even more of a stay away for me. I still don't know what the Wolves are other than the fact that they like to get up and down a lot. I can't get involved in this game, bro.
Right, yeah. And so right now, officially, Wiggins is listed as questionable. But when I'm looking on RotoWire on the lineups, he's in there. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I know he had a little family issue, but come on, man, it was the first game of a back-to-back. I look at that as they were kind of resting him last night. I will let you be with your family. You know what I'm saying? Tonight, then tonight he's gonna go out and ball for. You know what I'm saying? I think it was like his grandmother or something like that passed away. I think he's gonna go out and ball tonight for, you know what I'm saying, for his loved one that had passed away. You know what I'm saying? Wear his heart on his sleeve tonight, somewhat like the Michigan State player did. You know what I'm saying? I look for him to play tonight. When I told you guys yesterday, if y'all follow me on Twitter, when he was ruled out yesterday, I said, hey, they play the Rockets tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? This is something to look into, that he's probably not gonna play today and then play tomorrow. I like for him to be in, but still no Westbrook or Capella in this spot, man. That's huge for me. And even House is questionable as well. That's pretty big deal for me. I mean, still missing Gordon. I mean, it's people dropping like flies like there for the Rockets. And I mean, the Timberwolves they run the same type of they like to run the same type of way that the Rockets do. I think they'll be better at that tonight. To get Napier back looks like as well. Got T back last night. Like I say, nobody played over 30 minutes last night and they lost. They've been at the house waiting, like back to back for both teams. I definitely have to give the side to the home team. It's a lot of things that's in their favor in this spot. You know what I'm saying? Third game in 4 nights, both of them. Timberwolves sit at the house. They run the same type of pace. You know what I'm saying? You got 3 main players out for the Rockets. If Wiggins is in fact in, which I do think he's going to play, you see that line flip to Timberwolves -1.5. I think that's the play tonight. The Timberwolves look like a revamped team to this year to me. Rockets been on a winning streak, but I think it comes to an end tonight, man. What you guys think about that in the chat? And I want to get into this next game. Junior, real quick, I want to ask you, is it any one of these late 3 games that you want to hammer on?
Yeah, I got Clippers first half. The line, I'm not in love with the -7, but I just feel like if you just watch the Clippers play this season, especially in their last game, their defense just doesn't look right. And that's got to be the identity of this team. I know they got Paul George, I know they got Kawhi, but those are the two of the best two-way players in the league. I feel like with them plus Montrez plus Pat Bev, you gotta have a defensive identity. And instead, the Lakers have stolen that. The Lakers are the best defensive team in the league. I feel like Doc Rivers, obviously a veteran coach, always preaches defense. I feel like they're just going to lock down this Hawks team. This Hawks team does not have the talent to compete with this Clippers team. And Trae Young has been looking great. But again, if you really watch Trae Young play, bro, when he's got to go up against physically strong guards, Trae Young is smaller than Steph Curry. Don't get that twisted. He's a small dude. If Pat Bev could be on him, or any of these guards that the Clippers got, I feel like they could slow him down. You slow down Trae Young, you should be good. I feel like the Clippers with their full squad, I love him in this spot right here.
Yeah, it's a damn good. This is a damn good spot here, and then you got the Hawks here. It's on a nice little road trip. The first game of back to back. They got the Lakers tomorrow, so this is a spot where hey, they getting blown out. They might just mail it in. You made a damn good point there, Patrick Beverly on the Hawks. On Trae Young there. That's gonna be stifling. You do have the Clippers here off of two straight losses. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna come in this game pissed. They pretty much their stats are better than the Hawks in pretty much every single category except for field goal percentage. Give up 132 points versus the Pelicans. I'm pretty sure their defense will be here today. This is one that I might have to ride with you. You say you're on the first half in this one?
Yeah, I'm only on the first half for the sense that I just haven't seen the Clippers put together a full game that impresses me personally. This is just my personal opinion. Obviously, they have a winning record. They've looked good. But it feels like this is the impression I get from the Clippers right now. They just put enough effort that's necessary to win the game and nothing more than that. So it's a lot of points to cover against a team in Atlanta that's just never going to stop jacking. Even though they don't got a lot of shooters right now, other than Trae Young, they're a young team. They're going to play hard. They're going to go hard right until the final buzzer. And I feel like that could screw with the spread a little bit. So I'm looking more at the spot where the Clippers can't come off a situation in the last game where they allowed 132 points. It's embarrassing, bro. They got to – I feel like they're just going to come in here, set the tone, and then go into cruise control in the second half, in my opinion.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. The Hawks have a pretty young team over there as well. Got had Damian Jones started. You know what I'm saying? Alex Lynn coming off the bench. They're a pretty young team. They're gonna have to try to run and gun. You look at the Clippers. They're 5-0 ATS their last 5 home games, and 4-0 ATS in their last 4 after scoring 100 points or more in their previous game. So we'll see in this spot. The Hawks are 5-1 ATS the last 6 meetings in LA. With this spread open around -13 where I saw it last night, -12.5, and then now it's down to 10.5. So apparently some people are liking the Hawks with those points there. Obviously it's going to take the Clippers some time to gel there without Paul George. With Paul George coming, you know what I'm saying, in there, but obviously because he wasn't playing. So a lot of times when the star player comes in, it might throw people off a little bit, man. It might throw everybody off a little bit, but I still think in theory they get better defensively. They'll get it together, man. You know what I'm saying? Off 2 straight losses, it could be a railroading spot there for the Hawks, man. I don't have a play on it right now whatsoever. This is a game that I want to get into though, Junior. One that I gotta ask your opinion on, and I do want to say some injuries real quick. Okay, so Frank is listening, RJ Beard listening. Brandon Ingram is now questionable. He was probable, now he's questionable. That doesn't look good. Okafor ruled out. JJ Redick ruled out, and Lonzo Ball ruled out. We already knew that. So, and Daniel House is ruled out as well for the Rockets. So that's another player that they're down. You have Austin Rivers coming in the starting lineup now. I don't know who they come off the bench, bro. I'm sorry. The Timberwolves are. That was a play that I wasn't on. I pretty much talked myself into all the points I made for the Timberwolves. I'm hopping on a -1.5. I absolutely have to. Their bench. You still got Chris Clemens and Seth Lotion. Not really Seth Lotion. He's a defensive player. Clemens is pretty much the only scorer they're gonna have coming off their bench. This is a Timberwolves spot, bro. Especially travel spot for the Rockets. Then they go right back to the house after this. A little 1-game road trip up there. I gotta hop on the Timberwolves today, man. Let me get to this other spot. We'll go ahead and get to this last game. Unless you have anything on the Blazers and Spurs, I'm gonna make this Mavericks game the last game, Junior.
Yeah, I got something to say about the Blazers and Spurs. These are the 2 biggest stay away teams in the NBA right now. If you invest money on the Spurs or the Blazers, you got to be smoking that good.
Yeah, I don't have nothing on that one. But Blazers, congratulations to Carmelo Anthony. Blazers did sign him. Obviously, he's not gonna be in there tonight. They probably would need him. Blazers aren't a bet on team to me right now. I know that the Spurs not in a necessarily good travel spot. I don't like that they if the Spurs weren't on a back to back coming from Orlando. You know what I'm saying? With travel, I'd be on them here at the house. You know what I'm saying? The Spurs aren't a bet on team for me right now whatsoever. But I can't bet on the Blazers even at the house, you know what I'm saying, where they have a damn good home crowd. They can't even get wins at the crib. So nah, man, I'm staying away from the Blazers. It's Spurs or nothing for me in that spot. That's the only way I could look. The Spurs, when you look at two teams that's struggling, you know what I'm saying, you definitely have to go if two even teams as well. Two of them that have trouble scoring, trouble on defense. Spurs do have more scoring options in theory. You know what I'm saying? It's just Lillard and McCollum for the Blazers. That's absolutely it. If the Spurs come to play in this one, I could see them getting the home win only because they're at the house. You had to give the edge to them. I'm staying away from it. This is my spot of the day, man. And you know what, Junior, I want to ask you what you think of it first, man. What you think about your Raptor squad? And this will tell me everything I need to know. Are you on the Raptors tonight?
I'm thinking about it, and here's why. Well, first of all, the reason that I'm not on it, bro, is because of my own personal bias. I've lost 4 straight plays with the Mavericks, so like, just from an emotional standpoint, in this game, we try not to get emotionally attached to anything. It's like, you make your plays, the results come in, you move on. I can't pretend not to be frustrated with the Mavs right now, and this is why I like the Raptors in this spot. If you watch the Raptors against the Clippers, if you watch the Raptors against the Blazers, because of the injuries to Lowry, because of the injury to Ibaka, they've had to kind of play around with their lineup. Like that kid Boucher, who's actually from my hometown, but that kid's been getting a lot of minutes up from the G League. But one person that could throw a monkey wrench into Dallas's whole game plan is Rondae Hollis Jefferson. Rondae Hollis Jefferson, I'm not going to say he shut down Kawhi, but he guarded Kawhi for a lot of that Clippers game. Kawhi scored 12 points. They put him on Dame Lillard the next day. He shut down Dame Lillard. Nobody could really seem to stop Luka because he's so big and he has that move where he gets you on his hip. And then once he has you on his hip, you can't really do much. He's going to shoot a floater. He's going to find somebody. He's going to make a shot. But Rondae Hollis Jefferson's a pretty big dude. And he seems like a really versatile defender. Been that way since he was in Arizona and back in college. Been that way since when he was on Brooklyn. And, Nick Nurse loves him some defenders. I feel like you're going to see a lot of Rondae Hollis Jefferson on Doncic, and I don't think he could stop him, but I think he can make his life really difficult. Listen, if you got the versatility to guard Kawhi one night and then big game Dame the next night, you could do something to slow down Luka a little bit. And, when I was on the Mavs, I was on them because I felt like their bench, was averaging like 45 points a game. Really, I think they were like third in the league in scoring at that point. You look at the last couple of games, their bench has been trash. And the Raptors bench and the Raptors roster overall matches up real well with the Mavs bench. So it's Raptors or nothing for me in this spot.
I have to beg to differ there, man. I have to beg to differ.
I want to hear it. Tell me,
I,
bro.
I
Tell me.
don't think that the Mavs in this game, bro, the Mavs are gonna be coming, and this is one spot that a lot of people don't look at, and it's one that's been made me a lot of money over the past year, especially last year. A team that's on the last game of a road trip is 4, 5, or 6 games. Obviously, more than 5, the better. The Raptors have 5 games over there on the West. You know what I'm saying? Some tough games. Went and played the Pelicans. Okay, bust them up. Pelicans don't play any defense. Real tough game versus the Lakers. Overachieved. Obviously, with no Lowry, no Baca. They've been overachieving lately. Then went and played a close one versus the Clippers in the first half before the Clippers just railroad them. They played that game versus the Blazers where, I'm going to be honest with you, I thought the Blazers possibly could have won that game, even though I was on the Raptors. I think that I'm glad that the Raptors won that game because now they're fat and happy. Got 3 wins on this road trip, only 1 loss. This is the last game before they head back to the house. It's a bad spot for them. They have been off for 2 days. You got the Mavericks coming here off 2 straight losses, lost a revenge game in a very hostile environment over there versus the Knicks in New York. Off 2 straight losses, they come back to the house. They 2-3 at the house so far. All the players, the coaches saying it's a must-win home game. Got to start piling up these home wins, especially being over there in the West. They cannot afford a loss here in this spot. So that's why you see them favored -3.5. Was open at -3, shot to 3.5. I look at it today after I put my plays in, shot to -4.5. Money coming in on the Mavs, and I think it's for good reason. It's a damn good spot for them. Nobody's shutting down Luca tonight. Nobody's shutting down Kristaps Porzingis tonight. The Raptors are a good defensive team. This is the spot where they're gonna miss Larry and Ibaka off the bench. Run Hollis Jefferson. I don't think not tonight, bro. Not tonight. You look at it. Boucher's been playing good defense. Other than that, players like Matt Thomas, they're not getting it done tonight, bro. It's gonna be a hostile environment. The Mavs are my best player today, man. I told people on Twitter the Mavs don't cover this -3.5. I'll never post on Twitter again. That's how strong I am on it. I like the Mavs in the first quarter, in the first half as well. Only one I hadn't taken is the first quarter. I think this is a trifecta, bro. The Mavs gonna come out here hot. They're not losing this game, bro. This is a must-win for them, and I'm with them. I mean, it's not a homer pick whatsoever. I'll bet against them. I told you guys stay away from them against the Knicks. In this spot, they're gonna be focused, bro. You're getting the whole team. You got Powell, Chris Porzingis, Finley Smith, Hardaway Jr. We got everybody in this spot, bro. I don't think the Mavs are losing this game. This is my strongest spot of the day.
Listen, I'll say one thing, right? Because we both know these teams real well. You live in Dallas. I used to live in Toronto. I'm in Toronto a lot. I've done the show from Toronto a couple times already this season. I don't disagree with what you're saying. I think this is the key to the game, other than what if Rondé could slow down Luka. Kristaps Porzingis. Okay, so me personally, I'm a believer in his talent. But if you really like pay attention, yo, dog, the Celtics disrespected him and put Marcus Smart on his ass, and he couldn't do nothing. In that game against the Knicks, the crowd was booing him, which is to be expected, and he looked rattled. Porzingis plays
Played a
up to
good
his
game. I don't
yeah
think I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think that he looked red. I think that he showed some mental toughness in that game. He still
in the second
he
half, like
yeah,
when
yeah, he's
Luka.
I think he showed some mental toughness in that game, and he hasn't looked good. I think that game was the one to get him over the hump. He's still what he had, what still 2011 in that game. I still I like the way that he his poise in that game. I think if he was held to like 6 8 points or something like that below 10, then I would feel like, you know what I'm saying, he didn't have a good game. But with that 2011, he showed me some mental toughness. And I think they're gonna come back to the house here and put a whooping on the Raptors. I
No,
just
no,
think
don't
it's
get me
I think
wrong,
it's a
bro.
bad
I'm not
spot
trying
for
to
the
say
Raps.
I'm not trying to say he played bad, but I'm just saying if you watch that game, the way it started off, he was rattled. What I was gonna say is, you remember the play where Luka missed a three and he came back and dunked that rebound. He looked like that's the type of play where you're like, okay, he's starting to show some life. Because if Porzingis plays up to his potential, the Mavs are a team that could go in and beat anybody. But they really need him to step up. I think personally, and I'm for sure gonna watch this game. I think Rondé Hollis is gonna be on Luka. I think the Raptors are gonna get cute and just straight up put Pascal Siakam on Porzingis. We'll see what's up. I can't wait to watch this game. I hope you're right, because I don't want you to be off Twitter, my guy. Twitter needs you, bro. You got a lot of followers. I hope the Mavs win just to keep you on Twitter, dog.
Right. And I'll be honest, man, I'm just telling you guys how serious I am. I'll still be on Twitter, man. I'm not leaving nothing. I'm just letting you guys know that's how serious I am. Like I said, lost 2 spots yesterday. This is the play that I've been thinking about for the past 2 days. When they lost versus the Knicks, I knew damn well I'd be all over this one. I'm glad they lost to the Knicks, coming off 2 straight losses. And like I say, I'm glad that we cast the Raps versus the Trailblazers over there. Then they're gonna be fat and happy. This is a spot. This is just one of those spots that I take every single time. It doesn't always even matter the teams, but I think even with the teams, everything sets up perfectly here to take the Mavs. And like I say, I'm all over it. And it's not because I'm here in Dallas. I just think it's a bounce back spot for them. And I feel like that the Raptors, this being their last game on a 5th game road trip, hadn't been at the house in forever. This is a bad spot for them. So I know I see people in chat saying they still taking the Raptors. Hey, it could be possibly a good bet, but I'm just saying the Mavs, the full game. This is my bet of the day. I posted on Twitter, and I don't see the Mavs not coming to play in this game. If they come to play, I think that the Raptors will be missing Lowry and Ibaka tonight. So it's really the, you know what I'm saying, only thing I gotta say. But if you look at the Mavs are a super deep team, and if you look at DeLon Wright only had 4 points versus the Knicks. That's not going to happen tonight, bro. They're coming full throttle, and this is a must-win game. That's coming from them. You know what I'm saying? So I knew that this was your team, and you know what I'm saying. I just wanted to see what your looks was on it.
Yeah, it's a stay away for me, because I still respect the Mavs' talent, and I feel like the type of coach they have, the type of veterans they have, they can't be happy with 2 losses to the Knicks, bro. And
Exactly. Yeah,
I just
nah,
feel so it's
man. They talk
dangerous.
about Carlisle. They talk about even say they it's swirling shit about Carlisle now. Like, damn, is he gonna get fired or something? You know what I'm saying? Because they know they got a good team. You got to play up to par now. You know what I'm saying? So now you look those 2 losses to the Knicks. They got shit swirling here on Dallas, bro. I'm telling you, it's an absolute must win for these boys tonight, bro. Absolute must win.
When it comes to that, I agree with you 100%. It's if the Mavs lose this game, they're going to be 500 on the season, bro. A lot of questions going to be asked if they're a 500 team with all that talent.
Exactly. Exactly. That's it, man. We didn't win 5 minutes over now, man. But you know what I'm saying? I'm not leaving Twitter, man. I'm just letting you guys know. Danny Vasquez said, Jay, don't quit Twitter. Just Venmo all of us $1 if you lose. Hey, I respect that, man. But I don't think I'm losing this one, man. I don't think so. I'm pretty strong on this one. But that's it for today's show, man. Y'all know what's up. Y'all come and tune in with us every day. You got a day off tomorrow, but we could be back Monday, man. Y'all tune in every single day, Monday through Saturday, man. We here jamming with Jay Money. Me and my guy Junior. Y'all go and follow us on Twitter, man. We gone.